What's up, guys? Barry Gaming here, back with some more AFK Journey, and today we're getting hyped for the new season, but I want to give you guys probably about 5 things that I want you to be careful of in the first few days of playing, because making some of these mistakes won't be hugely detrimental to your account, but will, for those of you guys who are trying to play a little bit more perfect, be a bit of an issue. Now, a lot of these are topics we've talked about in the previous seasons, the beginning of the game in general, but we want to reiterate because they pop up every single time. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. Be careful of these 5 things. Now, the first one we're going to talk about is the artifacts. Every single season we get brand new artifacts. As you guys know, we lost the Song of Strife ones that are coming from that. We still have our original ones, and sometimes it can feel like a bait going for these newer artifacts. I'll tell you right out of the gate, there's some battles I've gone through. I have only been able to pass at lower power levels because of Star Shard spell. It still continues to be one of the most useful artifacts in the entire game. However, there are some of the newer ones that are pretty interesting. After about a week, we have 4 of these unlocked as free to play. However, they all share this artifact shard resource, whereas these other ones had their own dedicated ones. So you can make that mistake of upgrading ones when you shouldn't. You can see right here, I literally made a tapping mistake and upgraded the resonating spell to 11. Didn't really mean to. Overall, it does try to make you do swift heal at the very beginning for some quests and stuff to get it leveled up a little bit. But so far, Verdant Spell seems to be overall the best worthwhile one. This one's kind of cool. It gives different buffs to different heroes. So if you got a bunch of rogues, you get 20 penetration, which is really good. Marksman get attack speed, all these different things. And then, of course, as you level it up, you get more resources. But just remember, these artifact shards are all shared among all of these once you get to level 11 to 15. The only way to generate them are from the season legend trial as well. So please keep that in mind, that you can make mistakes, you can invest too much in ones you don't want to, and then that can put you, like you can see right here, I brought this one up to 12. I've wasted 300 of these resources in this one that could have gone into this one once we hit the appropriate residence. We don't know how it's going to work for a lot of these other ones. We haven't even tested to see which ones are going to be the best just yet. So just keep that in mind. Play it safe. Don't overinvest in artifacts early, because it might hurt you by even just a couple levels on that artifact. Now, number 2 comes in the fact of leveling your heroes. So it's kind of going back and forth. Sometimes I need the more hero essence type leveling. Other times I just need a ton of season manuals. As we all know, the first 2 weeks of the season, you're probably going to be dying to get your hands on season manuals. However, once you hit the Primal Lord on week, basically after 2 weeks, like on day 15, you're probably not going to have any season manuals needed anymore. So trying to keep your team leveled up evenly is usually the smart idea. I've gone heavily invested into Lily May every time, and it's actually kind of paid off. Instead of having everybody at like 354 or something like that, I power leveled her. That's to each their own. I would most likely, if you're doing game modes that require a lot more heroes, level all 6 or all 5 of your heroes together at the same level. That way your entire account has the same power, whereas here we're investing very heavily in 1 or 2 heroes. The rest of our heroes on the bench are the lowest possible level. Usually that's not the right strategy. I'm just doing some testing to see what's going on, but that is definitely something you always need to worry about. When it's season manuals that are the issue, you need to keep all your hero levels as even as possible. Now, we previously talked about faction talents earlier in the week, and it's kind of hard to make mistakes because I think every single week you get 1 free reset on a talent tree. But again, you kind of want to invest in the tree that you're going to use the most, mainly in AFK pushing, because these talents are not usable everywhere, and you guys can see right here, if you want to see the effect, there's the 1 tile that affects 1 carrier, and then there's also flat team buffs that you're getting for your overall team. This is like, okay, it hasn't really been a factor in a lot of game modes. It doesn't come through in Dream Realm, Arena. I don't think it even comes in Legend Trial, although I should probably check. I haven't noticed it. It might, though. It would make sense if it did. Does. Okay, so yeah, the season legend trial, it does. You need 3 heroes of the same faction to activate your faction talent. So just keep that in mind. Legend trial will be easier if you do invest in the correct ones. And of course, I think the most important spot is the talent trials. Instead of having the multi-stage battles, we instead have talent trials. And this is where you're really going to get, I think, the most benefit from the faction talents so far. We'll have to see in the future what else goes on. But just remember, invest in the heroes that you use the most of. Most likely going to be Wilder and Maulers. If you're a bigger spender and you have 4 light and dark celestial hypogen heroes, you could even invest in this one if this is the tree you want to go to. However, just remember, you can't go down the trees until you equally invest in a lot of different factions. So even though there's 5 of them, this says you need to have 40 talents activated across all the factions to activate it. So you can see I got level 10, level 10. Can't go further until I get more levels in the other tree. So keep that in mind. There are some extra resets in case you mess up, and they are in the season quest here. TC, there's talent reshapers in case you need to do it more. But remember, I think it's like every day you get a free one. If not every day, then it's every week. I can't remember which one, but hopefully it helps you guys out on that one because it is a new system. It's kind of hard to make mistakes because it's not like it's a very branching tree. It's literally just like 2 branches every single time. Goes up to 3 in one of them. So keep that in mind. Just try to put your power into your faction talents as soon as possible. These talent orbs come from your AFK battles. Your AFK rewards is going to be the way you get them. Next up, you probably remember talking about this every single time, equipment. Man, oh man, you can definitely overforge your equipment and then get to the point where either you have no forging stones or no gold. So just keep that in mind. Don't go overboard on this. You see here, I kind of leave some of them if they're lower than 20 levels. I usually upgrade them, but you're going to find so many upgrades between the battles in the world, the chests and everything. I haven't had to really forge much, and it's probably better just saving your gold up. Granted, if you've been playing a while, your gold might be piling up. Just keep it in mind, this is going to be one of those typical things where you don't want to over forge. You want to maybe forge up the best equipment for the best class you have and leave it at that. The last item on this list, number 5, don't be overzealous and go crazy on the brand new season heroes. As good as I think Nara can be for a single copy and potentially be a very meta PvP hero or tool hero to use on your account, give us some time to really test her out. I'm going to try getting a single copy on this account. I'm only 21 away, so I'm going to be spending my next diamonds just to see how she works, pulling that enemy from the enemy side of the battlefield. I do think overall, like I said, Mythic plus 15 is like where she really gets good. But, you know, a single copy I'm going to show you guys tomorrow, I think, to show you guys the advantages, because there are some pretty cool combos you can do with this pull ability. Overall, though, try to stay away from the raid up banners. Definitely stay away from, like, the Lenya one if it's still up on your server. But even though Nara is going to be the first hero coming, be patient. And then, of course, the Stargazing Station will be opening up with a brand new Celestial Dunlinger coming up here soon. You can even see some of the new outfits I got on my character, too. The cosmetics for this season are just awesome as well. Absolutely love it. Dunlinger's not out just yet. He'll be out tomorrow, I think, for everybody, even for global edit. Don't think it matters. Don't think it matters who or what or anything like that. So just keep that in mind. Be patient with the summons. Don't go in too aggressively. And as always, make sure you guys take 1 second, hit that subscribe button. I'll try to get you guys some really good videos in the first couple weeks here, telling you guys the best teams to use, because remember, there's 2 new bosses that you guys are going to encounter, I think literally on the first 2 days. I think they might be there right away. We'll have to see exactly how that turns out, but we'll be giving you guys all the tips, tricks, and all that fun stuff. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one. See you guys next time.